There's a dull noise and Mion's body jerks. Ah, well. So far 7 and 7. Glad she could die again. We all try to break free from the men restraining us as she calmly shoots Mion. Oh, I'd be fucking foaming at the mouth. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'd go into a full-on rage. However, they're too strong and all we can do is squirm like bugs. Oh. No, that would be straight up adrenaline. I would break it free of all of that. I would be furious. I would not stop moving until I died. Dogno is enjoying us watching us struggle. I'd be just fucking spit on her face. Takano then starts walking towards Satoko. Am I gonna have to actually narrate all this fucked up bullshit of people getting murdered in front of me? However, Shion starts screaming at her with vulgar words. Hey, look, it's me. Oh, you want to be shot before her? You could have stayed alive a few more seconds if you were nice and quiet. Fuck you. Go to hell. No, seriously, if like she gets in my face, I'm spitting. I'm spitting in her face. Disrespect her. Not giving her any pleasure. Stop it, Shion. Don't agitate her like that. I know why she's doing that. Shion wants to protect Satoko as long as she can. She's trying to do what Satoshi told her to do. Takano doesn't care about Shion's feelings. She steps over Keiichi's body and walks toward Shion. I know. You killed Satoshi, didn't you? Isn't that the truth? I don't like giving out secrets, so I'm not telling you. Oh my god. She fucking did. Oh my god. She did. Shion's body jerks. There's a dull sound of a gunshot again. How could a dull sound like this take away the lives of the lively Sonozaki sisters? I have no idea. Bullets are powerful, man. It sucks. I don't like that Mion died. I really don't. It sucks. It really does. This is so sad. Yes, it is. I start shaking from the fear of realizing how easy it is for Sakano to take away their lives. Good news is she has like 11 or 12 bullets and... Fuck me, she's not gonna run out anytime soon. Is this that amusing for you to take away innocent lives? You monster! Oh, god damn it, you're just gonna feed her ego. Oh yes, I am a monster. Oh, so you want to die next? You were going to be the last one if you stayed quiet. Keiichi, Mion, and Shion died. The oldest one alive is Rena now. Rena doesn't want to see Satoko and me die before her. Fuck that. I would have been before Shion because I would have been yelling before she shot Mion. To the point I want to die before her. I don't want to see her die. Fuck that shit. So you were the suspect of the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa. You think you're the representative of Oyashiro or something? I'm not the representative. I'm going to give the punishment. It's too bad that you're not going to see it. Oyashiro-sama is going to curse the whole village soon. But I'm going to make that happen. It's my curse. Yes, I'm going to become Oyashiro-sama. I'm going to become something more than a human. Oh god, fucking god complex. Calm down. Calm the fuck down, Takano. I mean, if you want a god complex, you can take it to certain levels, but I mean, this isn't even a good god complex. This is kind of just like, it's a meh god complex, honestly. You could do so much better, honestly. You'll never understand my view. Oh, I understand views of god complexes. Completely. Okay, honestly, who doesn't want to become a god? I mean, just the sheer aspect of becoming all-powerful, dictating whether people live or die. It's a very appealing. The power of it is appealing. If not, then, oops, I just outed myself. But the point being, it's not strange for people to have god complexes. It just depends how large it is. You'll never understand how wonderful it feels to become a god. Oh, yes. Oh, you don't either. You will never understand how it means to be a god either. See, that's what I would say. Too bad you won't feel it either. I don't think that's possible. No matter how much you try to become Oyashiro-sama, it won't work. It's just a game for you. You'll never become Oyashiro-sama. I will. I'm already becoming him. Runa laughs at her. Takano seems upset to hear her laughing voice. Exactly, you mock her. You mock her. You don't let her have satisfaction. What's so funny? It's impossible. Because Oyashiro-sama is already here. Oh. Those were Rena's last words. Oh god, that actually probably pisses her off. Well, it's your turn now, Sakatoko. I don't care if you live or die, but you're a precious living sample to us. Tokyo will reward me for capturing you alive. But you're not that valuable. All I will get is some petty cash that will buy me a trip to Europe or two. Whoa! That's a lot of money. If I capture you alive, nothing good will happen to you anyway. They'll probably open your skull and check your brain while you're still alive. At least I'm your friend. I guess I can be kind and shoot you now. Which choice do you want? I can't decide that. Satoko shouts back at her. Her eyes are full of tears. Let's do a quiz. Broccoli or cauliflower? Which one is green? Oh, you're a fucking cunt. Jesus Christ. Oh my... God, you what a bitch. Good lord. To think I'm just relegated to her a mere troll. God damn it. Oh, God. Well, guess he's another new least favorite character. Yay. Even Teppei, who abuses people, doesn't fucking torture people before brutally murdering them. It's broccoli. It doesn't matter. Shot. Ah, beautiful. Takano, you are one fucked up individual. God fucking damn it. Satoko stops moving as soon as I hear that same dull sound. Takano smiles and says, "Good girl," to Satoko. Wow. This is such a beautiful night. Don't you agree with me? So you're going to kill me? Yes. I will kill you. The corpse of the Queen of the Infected is the key to this mission. You will become an ugly political tool for far away in Tokyo. This is going to be the end of the legend of Onagafuchi. I know how you're planning to kill me. Oh, you do? Let me hear it. I'm not going to say it, but I know. It's Watanagashi. No, I'd detail it out for her. Fuck her. I don't want to give you the satisfaction of thinking you have this surprise over me. Oh, I know you're going to act like you're going to reinvent this idea of Watanagashi, blah, 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 blah. And I could honestly care less. Because I've talked to Oyashiro-sama, the real one. And no, you are not that. You are a poor example of it. You're a poor excuse. Honestly, you couldn't be further away from the truth if you tried. You know, just break her down. She wants to do the real Watanagashi using my body. I'm sure she's planning to cut open my stomach and take out my guts. She's going to make me inhale a chemical to put me to sleep. I vaguely remember that part. I guess you already know. Good night, Rika. One man approaches me with a handkerchief soaked in a chemical. Goddamn chloroform. Wait a minute, Takano. Everyone's dead, but you're begging for your life? No, I'm not. If you're going to kill me, do it without putting me to sleep. She didn't expect to hear that. I didn't expect to hear that either. Put me to sleep, please. Takano is surprised to hear this, but she nods with the slightest smile. Hani is also surprised to hear that. It's obvious that that's the worst way to die. Yeah, no shit. What are you thinking? Don't you want to die easily? It's going to be horrible. I'm going to cut you open your stomach while you're still alive. I don't want to forget about it. Yes. I'm doing this so I'll remember. I'm not going to forget about this. The picture of you cutting open my stomach will be burned into my soul. I'm never going to forget that. Next time I see you, I'll remember that you did this to me. What do you have cooked up in your mind? I guess you're wiser than the other kids. At least you get to have a chance to scream for your life. But I'm not going to let you do that. They forced me forced something other than the handkerchief inside of my mouth. It's a gag. I can't close my mouth, and my saliva is starting to accumulate. Soon after, another van arrives. More guys come out of the van. They're probably here to get rid of the bodies. They grab the bodies of my friends and stuff them into big bags. Oh. They spray water on the ground to clean up the blood. They ask Takano how many shots she fired and start looking for bullets. Well, actually, they're more looking for the casings. That's the main thing they're looking for. They're erasing all evidence. After the night is over, there will be no more proof left. They put handkerchiefs around my wrist and tie them up behind my back. My ankles are tied up too. They also tie my ankles and wrists together. Fuck. My body is bent like a shrimp and I'm no longer able to walk. My mouth is covered in, so I can't even talk. I can't move, talk, or express what I want. They have taken away all of my human rights. I'm no longer a human now. I'm just a toy named Furude Rika, a toy that gives Takano joy. The car starts moving forward. It seems like we're going back to the way we came, but I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. As the time of my death approaches, some of my forgotten memories come back to me. That's right. I was killed like this so many times. Every time I repeated my life, Takano got joy out of killing me. Someone rubs my head. Are they trying to comfort me? I shake my head to avoid it. They laugh at me as I do that. Rika. Rika. Hanyu shows up. You're still fucking useless. She can't hold back her tears of devastation. It didn't work. Once again. It's over. Again. I see her pained face. Hanyu is not just a bystander. She's just too scared to face reality, because she can't stand the pain anymore. Hanyu wants a happy future too. But she was betrayed countless times and she was hurt too. Too much. For some reason, her pained face makes me feel calm. Perhaps she's crying instead of me. It's okay, Hanyu. We did what we could. We worked so hard. We were getting so close to changing our fate. It still didn't work out. But, for some reason, I feel good. I've never fought this hard in my life. I've never learned so many things. Because I can repeat my life endlessly, I've been taking each life for granted. But other people are taking their lives seriously. I wasn't learning anything because I wasn't taking my life seriously. Exactly. That's the thing. You have to act like this is your one life, your one chance. But I finally learned. I learned something from this life, and I put all my effort into it. So, I'm sad that I didn't make it, but I feel satisfied. It's a strange satisfaction. Well, no, once you give it your all, no matter the outcome, usually you feel a sense of closure, a sense of completion. It's like, okay, no matter what, it wouldn't have mattered. That's just how it is with any task, with any hard activity. I wonder how many of these memories I can keep. I feel like I'm going to lose my memory after this evening. If that's the case, I will lose my memory of seeing Takano's face. I finally found out that Takano is the bad guy. Am I going to repeat the same world again, not knowing that Takano is the bad guy? She killed my friends as if she were merely killing some bugs. I would tell Hanyu, hey, fucking tell me this. Tell me this. Unless she forgets to, and then in that case, god fucking damn, you're useless. I don't want to forget that. No matter how hard my death will be, I need to remember Takano's face. Hanyu, I'm not going to give up. I don't care if I can't remember this memory. I'll continue to live my life. I don't care if I can only live in this June, and that eventually I will only be able to go back to the night of Watanagashi. At that point, you're fucked. If that's my life, so be it. I'm not going to forget either. If you don't remember, I'll tell you the truth. Thank you.
What? Why didn't you tell me this before?
Hanyu, I knew it. You acted like a cold bystander, but that's because you are afraid of pain. I always want to have a happy future with everyone. Honey starts to cry like a baby. She's so stupid. She decided to abandon hope because she didn't want to deal with the sadness of this night. But she's hurt and devastated anyway. Hanyu, are you happy that this world is ending just like you predicted? I decided not to ask that sarcastic question. I wouldn't. I would ask it. Fuck it. I'm gonna make you feel like shit. The car stops and the two guys pull me out of the vehicle. I swear to God, if I have to read her getting cut open, it's gonna be disgusting. We're back at the Furude Shrine. There are several men waiting in front of the offering box. There are countless sharp knives laid out on the ground. They're going to cut open my stomach with those tools and pull out my guts. They take all of my clothes off. I still have the gag inside my mouth and the handcuffs around my wrist. I don't feel embarrassed to be naked in front of them. I'm just furious that Takano is getting joy out of this. That's really it's fucked up. Don't forget this humiliation. The pain I'm about to experience should be carved into my soul forever. I'm not going to forget this. Everyone worked together and we finally revealed who was behind all this. If I forget this, my friend's efforts and death will have been in vain. I need to stay alive as long as I can, so that I will remember the pain. Hanyu, don't look away. You have to watch. Remember this forever. Oh. Is that the only thing I can do? I can't even touch or talk with you? With anyone but you. That's good enough. If you continue to stare at me, I can endure this pain. Hanyu nods and sits right next to me. She continues to cry. Then we look up at the sky. The moon is shining brightly as if it's taking pity on me. It probably isn't. It's cruel and unforgiving. We also look at the faces of my murderers. The moon gradually gets stained red. It's getting cold. It's so painful. I'm consumed with the fear of not being able to do anything about this. But Hanyu is right next to me. It sucks. I feel bad. I feel bad for Rika. She's in a shitty situation. That gives me comfort. It's not just Hanyu. Everyone is here with me. Everyone is there watching me, so I can stand this pain. That's why it wasn't painful. I didn't struggle. I didn't care about Takano's crazy laughter. This was such a wonderful world. We didn't defeat this fate, but I have no regrets. Of course I'm sad. I'm disappointed. No regrets, though. My future was right in front of my eyes. My hand could almost reach it. But we did what we could. I have to be proud of myself. However, Keiichi disagrees. He's still disappointed. We were almost there. We almost defeated this fate. We didn't win, but not because our enemies were strong. We didn't win because we didn't try hard enough. But you guys worked so hard together. I was watching. I saw the whole thing. But it wasn't enough. If we'd had a will strong enough to change this fate, the miracle would have happened. That's right. If everyone believes, the miracle will happen. Satoko, Rika, and everyone else worked so hard. I'm sorry, Rika. You were brave enough to talk to us, but I couldn't save you. Satoko holds my shoulder and cries. That's right. Everyone worked so hard, but it still didn't work out. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna die again, but I'll never forget. I've never felt so good about it. I've learned so many things in this world. Rika, I know why the miracle didn't happen in this world. Rena speaks gently, but her face is not smiling. Hey, did everyone really believe that we could make a miracle happen? The miracle is not going to happen unless everyone believes. Yeah, Hanyu. Fuck you. What are you saying, Rena? We were united. No one had doubts about defeating this fate. Right, Mion? Right. That's right, Rena. Everyone thought we could change this fate. Everyone believed that we could change this fate. That's true. Even Rika believed in it. She finally believed that she could change her destiny with us. I believed in it too, but I think someone didn't believe. Who is that? What? Who can it be? Hey, you. Rena turns to Hanyu and asks her a question. Did you believe? Did you believe that we could defeat this fate? Oh. Even if you can't talk to us or touch us, you can still believe. If you'd believed in us, the miracle would have happened. Would something have changed if I believed? I'm a powerless existence. I can't do anything. You're fucking a god. Shut up. All I can do is watch and accept. You're saying that I could have made a miracle happen if I believed? That's right. Keiji states it clearly. He's not trying to blame her. He's just stating the truth. That's right. There were 6 of us. And there were 7 of them. If you'd believed with us, we would have had 7 souls. The miracle could have happened. You didn't make miracles happen by touching something. You don't make miracles happen by touching something or saying something. You make it happen with faith. Oh. Honey starts to understand that this ending was not caused by fate. It's because she didn't believe. In other words, this happened because she was so weak to accept this fate. She starts crying again. We don't even know your name. But you still needed to be brave enough to fight this fight, fear and pain. You needed to have the courage to defeat the fate. If you'd hoped for it, we'd be moving on to our bright future. But we couldn't get there because you didn't believe in it's your responsibility. It's hard to believe that Rena is saying something so harsh. Her words are piercing Hanyu's heart. But those words are necessary for me and for her. True, they are. These things need to be said. Our faith is going to make the miracle happen. It sounds like something you might hear in a fairy tale. But it's not easy to put it into action. People suspect others, they don't trust others. It's easier not to have hope. It's so difficult to believe. That's why faith can make miracles happen. I can't even touch you. I can't even talk to you. You still think I can make a miracle happen just by believing in something? You're talking to me right now. I've never talked to you before, but I always knew you were there. I was always thinking about how I could communicate with you. I knew you were always watching when we were all together and having a good time. But even if I want to be involved, you guys can't see me or hear my voice. You'll think that I'm a monster or something. I don't want people to think of me as a monster. We'd never think of you that way. If you were with us, you're our friend. That's right. We wouldn't call our friend a monster. It's your heart that determines whether you're a monster or not. Right, Shion? That's right. I guess I'm more like a monster in that sense. No shit. No truer words have ever been spoken. You won't call me a monster even though I have horns on my head? No, I'm glad no one brings that up, though. We won't call you a monster just because of the way you look. They're actually cute, you know? Watch out for Rena. She might try and take you home. I realize I'm standing with everyone, looking down at my own body. I see. Out-of-body experience. I'm finally dead. I see my bloody body by my feet. It upsets me that Takano is still enjoying the torture, but that body is nothing but just a shell now. Are you okay, Rika? Me? Don't you think it's a bit strange to ask that question to a dead person? Everyone smirks. I've never felt this way before. Everyone is already dead. That's why I feel so happy to be dead, to be a part of them. Suddenly the world gets darker, my body starts to sink downward. New world. I feel myself disappearing. I still have the sensation of my friend's hands on my hand. Let's go, everyone. Yeah, let's go. You're always one of us. Stop crying. Let's go. My vision has gone dark, but somehow I see. Rena offers her hand to Hanyu, and Hanyu slowly takes her hand. Hanyu, I don't know what sad experience you had before we met, but I'm sure my friends will accept you. Oh. Is it going to be fun if I'm involved? Is it still going to be fun if I'm involved? They going to accept me? Yes. Come with us. Rena touches Hanyu's hand. It feels like everyone is touching her hand. Or would be, if they still had hands. Let's go, Hanyu. Let's accept this sorrow. We'll be happy together. You have to believe in our bright future. The miracle will happen. We will be there. Okay? God, this... Yeah, Hanyu nods at us. What a fucking... This is a nice ending. Ooh. What's outside of the well? Is it worth fighting for? What's outside of the well? Is it worth getting hurt for? What's outside of the well? I'm going to fight and get hurt in order to find that. I'm sure what's waiting in is a beautiful world, even if I get to the bottom of the well again. The key to the new world is my willingness to get out of here. Even if I can't get out of here, not, I will eventually get to the new world. Hell yeah. God, this was a good chapter. I like this chapter. I really did like it. Minus, everyone dying at the end, Mion getting shot in the head. Man, this is good. I like it. Damn. This is a good chapter. I can't wait until the final. I can't wait until the final chapter. I'm really excited. And I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that they can beat him. I mean, I think they will. I think if Hanyu believes and they can get lucky and understand that Takano has a gun before she shoots it, I think they can do it. Maybe warn Oishi before he gets shot. But God, fucking Takano, I hate her. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe that she actually is behind it. I mean, it's weird. It's just weird. God, she just doesn't seem like the type. Honestly. English version staff. Cool. No, but it's interesting they didn't do the after thing. Because I assume it's because we all know how everyone dies now. That's why. Higurashi when they cry Kai. Chapter 7. In the books. Last chapter 8 coming right up. Damn, I'm going to enjoy that last chapter. It's going to be interesting. Emergency manual number 1. Okay. If the patient is confirmed terminal L5, the head of the facility must control the situation before the L5 starts engaging in antisocial behavior. Be sure to keep it hidden from the public. The head of the facility may request backup in order to maintain the secret. The secret maintenance team may request permission to fire from the head of the facility if needed. The living capture of L5 is preferred, but if it threatens the maintenance of secrecy, L5 may be killed. The protection of the secret and the prevention of the detection are the main priorities at all times. However, the protection of the secret must be prioritized over preventing detection. Emergency Manual Appendix 9 FAQ. Question. Can Emergency Manual number 34 be applied if an outbreak of L5 happens, putting matters beyond the control of the Secret Protection Unit? Also, if the head of the facility responsible for making a decision of whether the situation is out of control or not. Yes. Oh my. What? That's still just fucking stupid ass. Yes. If there's been an incident, an accident, and the toxic chemical, the H170s, H170s, is exposed to the public, can Emergency Manual 34 be applied? Yes. The answer is always yes. If there's been an accident and the nature of the facility is revealed to the public, the secret protection unit will take steps to get the situation under control. However, if the information is spread out too widely, can Emergency Manual Number 34 be applied? Also, is the head of the facility responsible for making the call? Yes. What the fuck? Manual Number 34? Is it the same as, like, File 34? The decision to execute Emergency Manual 34 must be carefully determined and sanctioned by an official. However, in an emergency, does the head of the facility have the right to make the final decision? Yes. The execution of Emergency Manual 34 must be sanctioned by an official at all times. However, the head of the facility may petition the urgency to its use to an official. Emergency Manual Number 34. Oh, fuck. Here it is. Here it is. Reproduction or removal of this document is prohibited. You must have approval to read this manual. This manual is only to be executed upon the approval of an official. It must be carefully considered. The official must sanction the execution as soon as possible. If the situation degenerates out of control and the official accedes that this is the case, the area institution must make the final decision in order to protect the secret and prevent its detection by others. The following is the plan for the final resolution. Termination of all patients above L2. Fuck! Destruction of all evidence inside the facility. Concealment of the execution of this manual. The manual must be executed by the head of the facility within 48 hours of this incident. If the facility leader is not available, the acting chief will execute the manual. The head of the facility may request the chief as a backup upon execution. If this manual is expected to be executed, the chief may issue the preliminary orders. The final resolution must be executed in the following steps. Close off all available traffic routes and disguise the incident as a natural gas disaster. The traffic unit must be disguised as the police and quarantine the Hinamizawa area from the outside. Okay. So, it was a government conspiracy. The official explanation must be that there is a gas disaster within the area. The equipment for the operation will be stored at a vacant lot, where Higurashi Quarry used to be. The equipment must be routinely checked for usage. Trespassers and runaways who don't comply with instructions may be shot. The approval to use firearms is given by the chief of the secret protection unit to the chief of the traffic unit. Shutting down communications. The communication unit must shut down all communication, including radio in the Hinamizawa area. They must take care not to be suspected, and the communication must be cut off for a minimum amount of time. The communications facility is inside the closed traffic zone, so any civilians inside may be shot. The chief of the secret protection unit may give approval for the use of force to the chief of communication unit. Assembling the infected. The secret protection unit must assemble the infected in the disease shelter. Refer to the appendix for instruction for assembly. Upon assembly, the unit must count the number of infected and confirm that everyone is there. Be sure not to let the infected reveal the true nature of the gas disaster. The infected must not take any large personal belongings with them. However, they may take their valuables, including bank books and cash. The infected who refuse to assemble may be shot, but the chief of the secret protection unit must be careful to make a careful decision to do so. Terminating the infected. The secret protection unit must immediately terminate all of the infected once they are all assembled. Ensure that they are not suspicious of the disguise. Also be sure to act morally in front of them. If any problems occur, the unit has approval to fire their weapons. The chief of the secret protection unit must make that decision. Jesus Christ, that's terrible. Bodies with gunshot wounds should be mixed up with those who have been poisoned. Should not be mixed up. Concealment of the facility. The facility concealment unit must collect the secret items. Refer to the 193 items on the appendix in the facility in order in order to conceal the evidence. Refer to the appendix for detailed instructions. The research staff in the facility must assist with the operation. The unit must pay attention since they will be handling a number of toxic items. The concealment area must be blockaded completely. The airproof door must be welded shut, and the underground area must be flooded. The entrance to the area must be welded shut and concealed. The concealment area must be completely wiped away within 3 years. The facility concealment unit must eliminate all civilians who try to come near the facility. Fuck. The use of firearms is not permitted except in emergencies. The Chief of Secret Protection Unit may give the order to fire. Searching the village. The Secret Protection Unit must search the whole village for any survivors. Any person who was not present during the assembly must be searched out. Any survivors found after the termination of infected may be shot immediately. However, if the survivor is willing to surrender, do not shoot and take him into the custody of the Secret Protection Unit. The Secret Protection Unit must terminate the captive, using the same method as for the infected. Transferring the operation to the General Unit. Transfer the job to the General Unit of the Disaster Recovery Team. Make sure not to arouse suspicion. Complete withdrawal. After the completion of all operations, the Secret Protection Unit will leave the Hinamizawa area. They must be careful not to be suspected by the General Unit. The facility must be guarded until the secret area is totally destroyed. The Queen and the Infected. It is assumed that the pathogen has the same characteristics as creatures such as ants. Hey, that's what I said. There is a Queen of the Infected just like there is a Queen Ant, and this position has been passed down in the Furude family. This assumption is made based on the legends and ancient writings that has been passed on within the village. The infected tend to protect the queen, and that is already confirmed. Can we get a confirmation here? Also, the queen of the infected can only survive within the village. Probability of outbreak. Yeah, I'd put it at 70%. The regular patients will become ill when they travel far away from the queen. It's assumed that the further and longer they're away from the queen, the higher their chance of getting sick. One's emotional state is also a great factor. Emotionally unstable patients may experience greater symptoms of homesickness. The most effective method to control the illness is Takano's emotional stability exercise. But if the patient shows no progress, returning to the home of the queen is the only resolution. About the terminal patients. The terminal patients will suffer from an extreme persecution complex. They will be incapable of functioning within society. Cases of arson and murder have been confirmed. They may present several problems for the troops. The record shows that terminal patients appear in Hinamizawa, and they will not recover if they relocate near the queen. Therefore, the decision must be made promptly. It's recommended to quarantine the infected before they start behaving irregularly. God damn it. I wish I could speak. I really do. The troops must search for the soldiers from Hinamizawa and keep them under the observation of the physicians. The destruction of the infected groups. God, I'm learning so much. I love this. I love it. If the queen of the infected dies, it's predicted that the whole group of infected will go critical all at once. The terminal symptoms will start showing within 24 hours at the earliest and 48 hours at the latest. For that reason, the final resolution must be made within 48 hours. Based on the size of the village, neither the police nor the military police may be able to take control of the chaos they may bring. So basically, whenever Rika dies, 48 hours later, shit hits the fan. According to them. The special forces must be prepared to take charge of the situation in case of an emergency. January the 20th year of the Showa era. Attention, Colonel Koizumi. From Takano Hifumi. Who? June 23rd of the 58th year Showa era. Document 420. God damn it. 58 document 420. God damn it. Every time. God damn it. So you don't take this seriously. Equipment Testing Company Commander number 733. Equipment Testing Company Commander number 733 must be on standby within the mission equipment within 24 hours. The company commander must thoroughly study Emergency Manual 34. Selecting the personnel carefully, prioritizing the protection of secrecy. Also to test the effectiveness of the vaccine with the support of the National Research Center of Infectious Diseases. Employ those with positive immunity. June 23rd, the Showa, 58th year of the Showa era. 58 document 711. Attention Equipment Testing Company, Commander number 733. The National Research Center of Infectious Diseases. Infectious Pathogen Department, Suite 13. Official seal omitted. About the Hinamizawa syndrome. God. So, information dump in the final. This is information regarding the Hinamizawa syndrome. The Hinamizawa syndrome is an infectious disease caused by a virus. There are no special symptoms, but the patient gets ill when their emotional state becomes unstable, or if the queen of the infected dies. The main symptoms of the illness are hallucinations and emotional instability, especially in an extreme persecution complex. The patients will not be aware of their own emotional instability. Most people aren't. You can only determine the illness based on abnormal terminal behavior. In many cases, the patients engage in antisocial behavior, which is the biggest problem with this syndrome. Their behavior is caused by a hormone factor. Then this disease mainly affects the mind, as opposed to the body. Thank you, I wanted this. I want a fucking technical document about this, of what it does. In the end, the patients will experience extreme irritation in their lymph nodes, and they will scratch their throats or wrists. This is the only symptom that is recognized by the patient. About virus control. This is an attention notice for virus control. The pathogen is an airborne infectious virus. There's no effective prevention method, and inoculation is required. Okay, so yeah, it is airborne. Okay. It's in the air. After the mission is over, the staff members must take a medical exam, and those with positive test results must come forward. I'd lie. Be cautious when interacting with the infected villagers. Even after inoculation, any contact with their bodily fluids will cause the infection. Fuck. Well, I guess I'd be infected. Do not directly contact the villagers. If I was in that village, even if I didn't get even inoculated, yeah, I'd get infected. I'd end up getting infected. And I'd be like, yeah, well, worth it. Yeah, I would probably say worth it. If assumed infected, individuals must use the testing syringe and test themselves for the disease. If you feel extreme irritation in your lymph nodes, it's likely you have terminal symptoms. Get tested immediately in that case. If the test results comes out positive, inject the treatment medication C112 or 120. If the irritation persists after 10 minutes, use a second injection. Just keep fucking injecting yourself. I've stuck myself 7 times. If there's still no change in symptoms, seek treatment at HQ. Do not use C120 if your test results are not positive. If used on a healthy body, the symptoms of high fever, rashes, dilated pupils, and hallucinations will be seen within 10 minutes. If this occurs, one must get treated at HQ. Interesting. The government officials explain the situation in a luxurious meeting room adorned with a marble table and crystal ashtrays. The chief cabinet secretary is in a panic. He's never heard of any of this before. It's no surprise that he's shocked. One girl's death is going to drive 2,000 villagers into a rage. It's surprising enough to know that a disease like that exists. On top of that, it was secretly researched for military purposes, and now there's a horrific situation because of the embezzlement of the facility leader. I never heard of such a dangerous disease. There's no cure for it? No. According to the National Research Center, they have recently found a method of treatment for the infected, but they're still not capable of giving that treatment to the whole village. The whole population of the village is going to become terminally ill within the next 24 to 48 hours. This is going to be a disaster. The danger of the Hinamizawa syndrome is explained over and over again to the chief secretary. He doesn't have anything else to ask. But that doesn't mean that he can accept everything. Well, what you do is just quarantine the area. I mean, with the people still alive, you just quarantine it off. You don't allow anyone to leave. You don't kill everyone there, because I have a feeling that's where it's going to go. I have a feeling this isn't government cover-up to keep them from killing other people. They're going to just kill everyone and fake it like a gas eruption. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. He can't believe that the only way to control the situation is to kill all 2,000 infected villagers. There you go. Don't kill them, just fucking isolate them until you find a cure. That's what I would do. I understand the urgency, but I can't give approval to kill the whole population of the village. Why was this disease being secretly studied like this anyway? Isn't this the responsibility of those who are funding the research? Such dangerous research is not going to cause any profit to this country. This is the 58th year of the Showa, for crying out loud. According to the document, they intentionally delayed the extermination of the disease so they would have more time to study it. On top of that, this chaos was caused by a single researcher. This is an act of terrorism. This is a terror of Tokyo. And it is. Biological warfare. They better take responsibility for this. Wipe away those who are still haunted by the ghost of the war. It's time to clean up the corruption within Tokyo. We will discuss the responsibility issue in due time, but we must take a prompt decision about this. A man stands by the window, slowly turns around and opens his mouth. Prime Minister, please give us your decision. What happens if I don't approve the final resolution? Well, almost 100% of the population in the village will have terminal symptoms within 36 hours. They will be overcome by a persecution complex, and they will begin behaving erratically. Suicide, murder, arson, robbery, and rape are some of the things that we predict will happen. There will be no peace and order in the village. It probably won't stay within the village, but spread throughout the area. That's why you lock it down. As a result, the whole world will discover this disaster. Sooner or later, they will find out about this mysterious disease. This will be a great advantage for the opposition during the next elections. Tokyo will also disapprove of the Prime Minister. You need their approval in order to make your political plans come true. More than anything, the government might reveal that the secret research was conducted for military purposes. If this happens, this country will have a crisis of trust. What if I approve the final resolution? Well, we will be disguising this as a natural disaster, so the opposition may still attack us for our blunder. However, they will not discover the existence of this mysterious disease. If this secret is revealed to the world, we will lose the initiative among the Asian nations. The support from the other nations is a necessity for us. If we lose their trust, the opposition will definitely come into power after the next election. Japan will be finished. According to the simulation, the balance of power will shift drastically. If the second and third parties from a coalition government. The whole world will blame this nation. We will be suspected by the United Nations for developing NBC weaponry. True. Our neighboring countries will start to bash us, and we will lose our diplomatic relationships. The government of this country will be burned to the ground. We'll lose all of our allies' trust. Shit. So this is not just a problem of several 100,000 people who live around the Hinamizawa area, huh? But it's too difficult to cover up 2,000 casualties. We must prevent the public from knowing that this country was secretly researching biological weapons. I guess I need to wipe the ass of the ghost of the war. Are you sure this resolution can be done secretly? If this mission goes public, this will become a greater scandal than the research itself. Yes, it will be kept a secret. There are special secret protections units working on this case. They're trained specifically for situations like this. You have nothing to worry about. I never heard of a mission like this, but it's basically slaughter by gas, correct? I had no idea there were units specifically trained for that. In order to know how to protect themselves from a gas attack, they must know what a gas warfare is about. In order to know how to fight against an enemy using gas, they must know how to slaughter by gas also. Not sure if that's how it works, but sure. The equipment research unit is prepared for any kind of attack. He sighs slightly. He can't tell what's moral or immoral anymore. In any research, any research justified if they're doing it to fight against evil? But that's what being prepared is all about. Some evils must be expected as necessity. The ERA institution was one of such evils. We must make a secret decision in order to keep the research secret. Approving this is going to make us guilty. Are you sure this information will not leak from the unit members? That will not happen. The members are carefully selected from a group of men with high loyalty. We've never performed an operation such as this, but they are highly experienced and the secret will not leak from the unit. You're an assassination unit, huh? Prime Minister, please give us approval to execute Emergency Net Manual number 34. Director General, are you sure this operation will succeed? Are you sure we can successfully control the situation? Can you assure minimum casualties? Yes, sir. The preliminary order is in, and they are all prepared. We will execute the mission as soon as we get your approval. I can't give the approval to slaughter 2,000 innocent civilians. However, as a Prime Minister, I have an obligation to minimize the number of casualties. I understand your dilemma. Director General, please make the best effort to minimize the number of victims. If the 2,000 people can't be treated, please do what's best to prevent additional victims. Yes, sir. Thank you for your approval. We'll return to the positive results. That's if you call 2,000 deaths a positive result. Okuno, please set up a meeting with Tokyo soon. I must hear their explanation directly from them. Yes, sir. By the way, did they arrest the facility leader, Ira? No, he committed suicide by taking poison. He was in a rage that his research was being cancelled. He felt as if his life itself was being denied. But no one really knows what made him commit such a horrific crime. The execution of Manual number 34 is approved. June 23rd, the 58th year of the Showa era. Prime Minister. Director General of Defense Agency. For logistical reasons, you may not bring any large items with you. You cannot carry any luggage. I repeat, you cannot carry any luggage. You may carry only valuable items such as bank books and cash. Please do not use your own vehicles to evacuate. It will cause confusion. It's the middle of the night. Countless villagers are walking outside. Some of them are locking up their houses. Some of them are watering their plants. And some of them are piling up dog food on their dog's plate. Small children are crying in fear. The elders in the village are screaming out and counting the villagers. The village was supposedly isolated after volcanic gas gushed out from the mountains. The number of policemen and military soldiers in the village and also the strong smell of sulfur dispel any doubt the people might have had. The religious elders are convinced that this is the curse of Furude Rika, who passed away the day before. They believe that Oyashiro-sama is enraged that the door to hell is open. Soldiers with gas masks guide the villagers to the evacuation center. Why do you soldiers have guns? We brought these in order to protect your houses after you're all evacuated. We expect looting to take place. No one in Hinamisawa would do something like that. Shoot him. This is platoon number 1. The evacuation is on schedule. Roger that. We'll send our platoon. Excuse me. I need to talk to my grandfather's mortuary tablet. You may take that with you. Please hurry up. Make sure everyone in the village is here. Please come forward if you're unable to walk. A soldier will come and help you. Oyashiro-sama is angry because Rika was murdered. Oyashiro-sama, please forgive our sins. Evacuate like we've done in our drills. The group leaders need to contact the village officials when everyone in your group is here. The poison is coming out from the Onogafuji swamp. Oyashiro-sama is angry. There's so many of us here. We'll never make it out of here. Let me die in this village. Don't worry. The helicopters and buses are on their way to transport everyone. You will be safe. Everyone gather in the Forestry Service field office. Not the people from District 4. You're supposed to go to the community center behind the post office. This is exactly the same as the emergency drill. Please calm down and go to your evacuation point. Please move as a group. Every person matters. Please stay with your group. You will come home safely. The villagers can't see the expressions under the soldiers' gas masks. They wonder what kind of faces they have under the masks. Hopefully, not, happy ones. They are lying to the villagers, knowing that they will never come back to their homes again. One of the troopers cries under his mask, but the villagers never see his tears. Please go back. You can't take your own vehicles to evacuate. There's gas ahead of the village. It's extremely dangerous. Can't you smell the sulfur? Some people try to leave in their cars, so they can take large items with them. However, the traffic unit is blocking their way out. The gas mask of the troops and the smell of the sulfur persuade them to return and obey their instructions. Fuck you, I'm doing whatever I fucking please. If I die up there, so be it. I'm going through here. Some of them try to contact Oknomiya, but the phones will not connect. The line is busy no matter how many times they try. They assume that the lines are all overwhelmed because of the disaster. Yeah, that's it. Some of them are capable of using the radio. They try to figure out the situation outside the village, but all they can hear is a loud static noise. It's the same with the TV. They can't contact anyone outside the village, so they are totally isolated. There's nothing but the instructions of the police and the military to rely on. They all head toward the light, never doubting that they will be safe there. One old war veteran listens to the noise from the radio and mutters, "This is exactly how it sounded when the Americans interrupted the radio during the war." He's absolutely right. However, he turns off the radio when his son urges him to evacuate. God damn it, old man. Come on. The villagers are gathered at their evacuation points. Some of them are in the school, some of them are in the communication center. They are to stay in the building until the transportation vehicles arrive. The soldiers tell them to stay inside so they keep track of the number of evacuees. Please close all the windows to prevent gas poisoning. We will seal the windows to be on the safe side. Please cooperate with us. Are they gonna fucking gas them out? Okay. Let's help them out. People start to seal all the windows and vents with duct tape handed out by the troops. They completely seal every opening, even as they hear the disquieting conversation of the soldiers. It's now past 3 a.m., but everyone is wide awake with fear. They were having an extremely long night. Ironically, the end of their night is almost here. This is Oyashiro-sama's curse. Rika, Rika! Oyashiro-sama, Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama demoned away those kids in the Furude Shrine because he's angry. The Furude Shrine was swallowed up by the world of the demons that day. The demons ate her organs. They start saying that the gas disaster was caused by the curse of Oyashiro-sama, and Rika's death and the mysterious disappearance of her friends and the detectives are also the result of the curse. People start talking about being demoned away. They have no idea what Keiichi and his friends' short battle sealed their fate for this night. The religious people are convinced that the children and the detectives went missing because they volunteered to become a sacrifice to calm Oyashiro-sama's anger after Rika's death. They don't know the truth. They can't know. No one realizes that Keiichi and his friends' effort are now in vain. That's right. In Hinamizawa, everything is caused by Oyashiro-sama. Why does it have to be this way? Before the series of mysterious deaths occurred in the village, no one really used the term the curse of Oyashiro-sama that frequently. Who set this village up? People in this village were set up to believe that the curse of Oyashiro-sama happens every year. They are too superstitious. Major, we have finished gathering the villagers. The last family finally reached the assembly point. We got everyone. Good. This is it. The curse of Oyashiro-sama is becoming a reality tonight. For drifting away Furude Rika's organs, Oyashiro-sama is punishing this village. The curses of the past 5 years are culminating in the biggest punishment of all. This is not just a mysterious chain of murders. This is a punishment from an enraged god. Get it started. This is the company commander. Let's give them 1 minute of silence. Major, will you please give us 1 minute? Do what you like. Takano laughs at him. The company commander makes the sign of the cross and talks. Dear Heavenly Father, please guide these innocent people. Their sacrificial act will save the lives of many others to come. Please forgive us for committing this sin. Please forgive us for being here today. The company commander is not a Christian. He doesn't follow any religion. However, he prays because he feels the need to ask someone for forgiveness. Yeah, and killing 2,000 people isn't exactly something you want to write home about. He's still not sure if he's saying it right, but he still prays to God. He asks forgiveness for committing the sin, and he continues to pray. Takano is speaking in a soft voice. She's talking to herself. For you know not the hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if a good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house broken into. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. One guy hears her mutter. That's from the Gospel of Matthew. Is it? My grandfather always told me that. He was telling me to work hard every day, because you'll never know when you will be rewarded. Okay. So, although crazy religious guy is talking to his father, that's where she gets a god complex. Wonder. No wonder. Is this a reward for you? Yes. Although you may never understand this. Excuse my rudeness, but I believe the descent of God is a merciful thing. I think what you're saying is inappropriate for a time like this. He tells her like that using the verse of the Bible. He tells her that using that verse of the Bible is not appropriate for this time. However, Takano laughs at him. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. But you have no right to judge. I'm becoming a god tonight. Fuck off. The moment of silence is over. The silence is finally over. Execute the operation now. The order as hollow and reluctant as any order can possibly be. People are packed into the classroom. They are afraid. The troopers close the door to the classroom. People don't understand why they're doing this. They don't even feel any suspicion. One guy walks up to the door to open it, because it's too hot inside the room. However, he collapses suddenly. His wife tries to walk up to him and help him, but she also collapses all of a sudden. Then other people start collapsing inside of the room. It's very strange. How can this be explained? This would be so amusing if they were dominoes, but they are humans. People sitting by the window see the strange event happening. They open their eyes and try to understand what's going on. I'm breaking a fucking window. Grabbing a shirt, breaking a window, getting out. The door opens slightly and someone throws 3 spray cans into the room. Oh, fuck you. Grabbing spray can, throwing it back. Come here, fucker. More people start to collapse, even the people who are watching them. This is not something that's going on only in this room. The same thing is happening in other rooms too. It is going on in all evacuation centers. I was right to gas them. People's dreams, their hopes, and their futures are taken away so easily and quickly. There's a commotion in the reception room by the principal's office. Someone figured out what's going on, broke the seal of the window, and ran outside the room. Other people try to peel off the seal too, but they collapse in a matter of seconds. Fugitives from the reception room. 4 people are loose. You have approval to fire. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Damn. Fucking brutal. The soldiers shoot the people who tried to escape in the back. The sound of gunshots echoes in the silence. The noise is so cruel. They helplessly fall down on the ground. Their death is so pitiful compared to the silent deaths of the others. The local police officer was one of the victims. He tries to shoot back at them with his gun. Hell yeah. His shots can be heard throughout the building. The soldiers hide in the shadows as they hear the noise. The officer seizes his chance and runs toward the gate, but that is just a waste of time. The range of their automatic weapons is longer than the length of the school field, and they are trained professionals. It is nothing to them to shoot him from a distance. Damn. They have no choice. Either they die from the gas without realizing that they've been killed, or they find out about the mission and are shot. I'd rather know. I don't want to die just by gas. I want to know that this was a conspiracy. What happened? Did they fight back? What's wrong? We shot all the fugitives. One of the local policemen shot back. Collect those bodies. Do not mix them up with the other corpses. The soldiers walked to the 4 fallen bodies. They need to make sure they are all dead, not injured. This is platoon number 1. We finished the termination. 4 escaped and they were killed. This is platoon 2. We finished the termination. No one escaped. This is platoon 3. More than 10 escaped. We're currently sweeping them out. It will be over soon. This is platoon 4. We finished the termination. No one escaped. This is platoon 3. We've killed all 13 fugitives. Termination is complete. Roger. Start counting the bodies. Make sure the total matches the original number taken earlier tonight. Takano is laughing alone inside of the vehicle. Takano didn't physically see the people dying silently, but she saw it. She saw countless people dying without realization. She saw it in her mind. Jesus. God, I want her to die. Takano waves her arms in the air. No one is watching her, but no one would understand what she's doing, even if they saw her. She's waving her baton. She pretends that she's the conductor of the silent funeral march. Oh my god. What a fucking cunt. God, she needs to die. She needs to die. Major, we have completed the termination. We're going to reconnect the phone lines. Sure, go ahead. It's the facility concealment unit. We've taken out all of the secret items and welded the entrance shut. We're currently flooding the underground facility. This is the traffic unit. Everything's proceeding as scheduled. This is the communication unit. We've reconnected the phone lines. The phone facility is back to normal. Takano is not paying attention to those reports. She continues to sing the melody of the orchestra. One operator asked her, "You seem to be in a good mood." "Sure. I feel so good. I bet you can't hear this. This hymn that glorifies God." "A hymn?" Takano laughs loudly, spreading her arms open wide. "That's right. The hymn. A new god has descended to this village. There was no god in Hinamizawa. Oyashiro-sama was just a name. This was a rural old village with no real god. But I brought a god back to this place. Do you understand what that means? I bet you don't. How many gods in this world have the power to curse people? How many of them can challenge people? None of them. But I did it." Takano laughs as she's the only one who understands what she's saying. None of the operators inside the car can understand her laughter. I'd want to kill her. If I was inside, I would be so pissed off. If I had a gun on me, I'd probably kill her, honestly. If I had a gun on me. I would just pull it out, point it at her, and say, "Shut the fuck up. We just killed 2,000 fucking people. Show some goddamn respect." And if she laughed even a hint afterwards, shoot her. I'd shoot her. And just say, fuck off. I don't care if it's insubordination, whatever. I don't care. That would piss me the hell off. Takano is satisfied to know that they don't understand her. A god is not a god without a curse. Gods are feared because of their curse. And they're worshipped because they're feared. That's the truth about the gods. If faith is what creates a god, there's no need for a curse. But the ancient gods all cursed humans. What is the god's curse? It's the proof of being a real god. The gods are not gods if they don't curse people. I found evidence of the existence of God in this poor village. I thought this was a message from heaven. Hinamizawa was without a god for 100 years, until the end of the damn conflict. I believed it was my mission to revive the god's existence in this village. Oh, hey look! Crazy religious group. Heaven supported me and gave me great powers. Heaven has blessed me with the chance to create the curse. All those instances became the true fruit of the curse. Do you understand? Tonight is the night of the harvest. This is the final curse of the god. From this day onward, Oyashiro-sama will be a real god. You may not see it now, but you will understand someday. You will see how great this plan was. This night is going to be a legend. God curses. I make the curses happen. I'm the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Worship me and be fearful of me. I'm creating not only death, I'm writing history. History will speak of the curse, and the existence and remember my existence forever. I'm the curse itself. I'm beyond this flesh. My legend will endure forever. Beyond my life. God, you're self-centered. My life is eternal now. Curse yourselves and curse your powerlessness. Realize how great I am. I'm Oyashiro-sama. I'm a god now. My flesh may die eventually, but I'll remain in this world forever. The end. There you go. Crazy religious Takano is crazy. The end of a puzzle game. Scenario jump. Tips. Staff room. Might as well go through it. Or not. Oh. Ooh, fancy. Ooh. Changing the background. Come on now. Read all tips. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Return to tips list. Didn't mean to touch that. End of the puzzle game. I guess Rika got all the pieces to her puzzle. But we don't know if her memories will pass on to the next life. Rika loses the memory of her death. I don't know if she can keep the memory of what she has found out. What did you think? Did you have fun? Once you found out the answer to these pieces, collecting them is not that fun anymore. You don't agree? That's right. You still might see something different by examining some old pieces. After all, the time we have is endless. We have to find something to play with because there's nothing to do here. Playing with the pieces stops being fun once I find out what's inside. But if you can tell me how to have fun with it, even so, you're pretty smart. What? You want to know what I play with? I don't play. I'm just killing my time. I like to imagine what Rika could have done in order to get the life she hopes for. I imagine a world that would have been brought happy for all of them. You've found out how these worlds are set up by looking at the previous worlds, right? I like to analyze what would need to change in order for Rika to win against Takano. Her not to have a gun. Her to have the Senozaki family backing her. I think those things change it. Completely. Fundamentally. You want to see what's on my mind? Too bad. I'm not showing that to you. In that world, Rika and her friends survived their struggle and broke the fate of June of the 58th year of the Showa era. It's just my imagination. It's not meant for me to share with you. I'm sure the world that Rika is about to create is better than my imagination. Even if she's stuck in the 19th of June of the 58th year of the Showa era. Her ending will be the best piece of her world. No matter how much she struggles. If she actually overcomes that, it will be the best piece of the story. I'm sure the life that Rika lives will be a better story than my boring imagination. You want to know what happened to Rika? She made a decision to redo her life once again with Hanyu. She's trying to live her life with all her energy. That's what she learned from this world. The next life has already started. I wonder what that life is like. I'm going there now to check on it. Do you want to come with me? Do we get a C? No, fuck you. Damn it, game. Screw you. Staff room. Hello, this is Ryukishi07. Thank you for enjoying the Higurashi When They Cry, Minagoroshi. This scenario was almost like the answer page of the book of riddles. It was. I guess it was like a side dish that you can read with the other scenarios. You may take it the way you like. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I enjoy all of your writing, honestly. I was very nervous about releasing this scenario, because the mystery is only good when it's still a mystery. That's true. Because if you release something that people don't like the answer to, they'll reject it. They'll fight against it. This scenario was going to be the end of the mystery. To be honest, I didn't want to release this chapter for a while. However, way too many similar stories are being published with no answers. True. The Book of Riddles means nothing if there's no answer page. It's sad to come up with an answer if you have no way to see if it's right or not. If there's no answer, you can't get any joy out of reading the Book of Riddles. Well, you can assume. You can assume if you're right or wrong. That's what I like about inferring. Mysterious endings and all that. I regret to see that there are way too many stories out there that don't offer the joy of solving the problem. That's why I decided to release something you can compare your answers with for this series. Since there were huge twists in this series, I assume not many people got their right answer. You're right. I think it's not about whether your answer was right or wrong. It's more about how many problems you found in the story and how many answers you were able to find. I found a lot of answers. I found a lot of problems too. Thank you very much for the inferences that you've given me. They were all wonderful inferences, but some of them were so great that it made me want to make that the true answer. Also, your support has given me courage to finish writing the 7th chapter of this series. Thank you very much for supporting Higurashi. Finally, I would like to apologize about how I portrayed the Child Consultation Center. It's fine. Government workers. Stereotypes. I don't know how it was in the 58th year of the Showa era, but the Child Consultation Center is not a mean place like I depicted in my story. I made the characters look so evil. But in reality, the government today is the #1 hero to us civilians. In fact, the people who work for the Child Consultation Center and youth education are all passionate and generous. I'm sorry for giving those people a negative image in this chapter. The next chapter, Matsuri Bayashi? Sure, is going to be the last chapter of this series. I'm overwhelmed by the pressure of writing the last chapter of Higurashi When They Cry, which turned out to be such a long story. Please continue to give me your support. Thank you very much. 07 expansion. Ryukushi 07. Nice and done. Stretch. Since I've been recording for like forever now. God, I want to say like, fuck me. At least 4 hours. I've been recording for over 4 hours at this point. So, I'm gonna fucking go to sleep now. Because I'm tired as shit. I just wanted to get this thing done. Wrapped up and finished. God, I love this chapter actually. This is probably my favorite chapter. For various reasons, of course. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me through the series so far. The support's been amazing, overwhelming. And I hope you support the next series that I come out with as well. Show it the same love and support. And remember to like the video, comment down below. Tell me what you like, don't like. Tell me if you enjoyed this chapter or not. Make sure to subscribe as well if you haven't already. I love seeing that number go up. And nothing makes me happier than seeing a new subscription. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much and have a great day.